Hey, what's up guys? This is Jose here. Captain Hook tree climbing. Thank you for watching the channel. And I have a little special something here for you guys. Check it out. It's a package. And there it is. Wow. Look at this. This looks amazing. Wow. So they sent me this. Some stickers, magnets, safety glasses. Cool. Anyway, that's a Rope Runner Pro. Wow. By Notch. And here, let's read this real quick. Rope Runner Pro, approved for SRS or MRS, so we can use an SRT or DRT, DRT. Midline attachable, one-piece design with slick pin retention, which means that basically this thing doesn't fall apart into 1,000 pieces like the previous iteration. Enhanced ergonomics and rope-friendly edges. So I guess a lot of people were complaining about the sharp edges, and now that they've rounded everything, it's more ergonomic in that sense. Improved seal ball bearings pulley. So the last one was not a ball bearing pulley. So that's why you'll hear people like Kevin Bingham say that it tends very smoothly. And yeah, there's Kevin Bingham. Awesome. So it comes in this tin can. Let's see. So it comes in this right here. It's like a wrapped piece of cardboard here. And the tin can is right there. So, you know, it's a really cool design, packaging. For instance, the Akimbo came in that triangular shaped prism, and that was really nice. That was really nice. It was one of the coolest packages I've ever seen. The Petzl Zigzag comes in last because, well, that just came in a box, a little cardboard box, but it works amazing, right? That's what matters. But this matters too, though. The whole packaging, it's like the whole experience here. And so here they're using this I think they call it the Rook. It's a pulley with basically like a rigging ring up top. And so what I went ahead and did, instead of buying this heavy thing, I just bought a rigging ring, a Rock Exotica rigging ring, and that's going to be attached to my bridge. So wow, yeah, this thing is pretty cool. Alright, so you guys could just check over these things and pause the video and whatnot. So just like basic SRT do's and don'ts. So this is the function test right here. Function, principle, and load test. This is going to be the most important piece, because this is what you should be performing before every climb. The function, principle, and load test. That's going to be very important. And of course, there goes this end, and like, yeah, this can send you for a free fall there. This right here can cause you to could interact in some way. Be careful with those things. What else? Don't side load the thing. What else? else? Don't really understand this one. Yeah, leave a comment below on what this means. And so there goes the rest of it. Controlling rope, moving rope, movement, SRS. There we go. Oh, ascending. Don't use foot loops with your ascenders while using this gadget. There's some additional information, right? Traceability and markings. So just single user, that's very important there. Work and load limit, things like that. An unboxing video for my YouTube channel. All right, so year of manufacture, serial number. I'm pretty sure this is going to tell me which one out of the 100, because this is one of the first 100 notch rope runner pros. So I'm one of the first 100s to get it, and these are all the replaceables here. Lower bollard, upper adjustment, stainless steel slick pin there, and I guess this whole lower assembly, that's gonna cost an arm and a leg, because it's got your lower attachment point, well, your bridge attachment point. It's got the pulley on there, and this I don't know what you call that there, that friction plate there. Let's see what it's called. It's gonna be called the, I don't know, it's a good question. The aluminum slick pin. Anyway, it contains all this jazz down here, all these things, not that part, but just this back piece on the pulley there. So it's going to contain all that. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. And there goes the field of application, function and principle, load test, all the written stuff there. Here, I'll just go back. Hang on. If you guys want to read all this, just pause the video. Those are all the ropes that it's going to work with. I'm going to be using the Teufelberger Dragonfly. That'll show you how to install it. The friction adjustment here, obviously you start off at number 1, the highest friction adjustment, and yeah, there's that. Inspection records, of course, and here's all of it in Spanish for all of my Spanish compadres out there. Aquí está en español todas las instrucciones. Déjame, mira, poner el video en pausa para que puedan leer esto. guys, so that is the book for the Rope Runner Pro right there. Wow, this thing, it's just like the anticipation. So I think here it is. Oh wow, check this thing out. Let's see if I can catch this color really good in here. You see that that sparkliness in there? Yeah, it definitely, it shows a lot more in person. So it's really nice. Really nice. There's your lower attachment point. It's your chest harness tending attachment point. And there goes the bird. Friction adjustment there. Nice. Alright, so okay. So I just wanna point out that this stuff right here is like this rubbery sort of foam. So it's like this kind of good quality foam here. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's see how heavy it is. Oh, it's got a little jingle. So, how heavy is this thing? That's a good question. I would say that it is probably just a tad bit heavier than, it's a tad bit heavier than the Akimbo. I've been climbing on the Akimbo lately. Yeah. This was made May 20th. Oh no, in May, some day in May it was made. And there goes some markings on the inside. Very nice there. Zero 00615 is mine, so mine could be the 15th one. I don't know. 53420. Yeah, I don't know what any of these mean. It could be that this is the 53rd one. I'm not sure. Maybe Notch can comment on this video and let us know exactly how to know which one, what number is your rope runner. So yeah, this is really nice. Wow, there's the bird, and these edges here, they're all rounded. I never had the first iteration. The first rope runner was not anything that interested me, and then I started learning about how you can lose pieces up in the tree and how it's a very loosely how you can very loosely say that it's midline attachable, given that it falls apart into 100 pieces, right? So this helps out so much. It looks like it's just gonna be the bee's knees here, seriously. I'm super excited for this. Super excited. Let me try to get a little tripod and pull these pins out and all that good stuff. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Jose here with Captain Hook Tree Climbing. I'm gonna bring here to you the second part of the Rope Runner Pro review, unboxing, and just my first thoughts. Initial reaction to it was just like, wow, you know, just very impressive. One of my other thoughts was like, why does it rattle like this? So it rattles, and it sounds like I got too many keys on my keychain or something. So is that cause for concern? Sort of. But I believe once I put the rope, put it through a rope and everything, it will be nice and solid. So that's my expectation, and we will see very soon if that is indeed what's gonna happen. But anyway, this rope runner here, I'm gonna take off the slick pin there, and then so there's two keys, and you gotta like push on them, and then push on the key, and then push the slick pin through, and also to get it to, in order for it to recess behind these metal plates here, you have to turn it, you have to give it a twist. So then you could get the sheath of the pulley off, just like that, right? So that comes off like that there, and we're not losing any pieces, at least not yet. And oh yeah, so here goes the other one. So same deal, you want to take them like this. Well, this one kind of just like sits right back, but anyway, I thought this was really cool, the way they were able to this, just like that little part of the design there. So pretty much this thing here is designed to just hug that bollard there, that friction bollard, but also it maintains the integrity of this metal plate here by, you know, putting a bridge there. So I thought that was really cool. That was a really just an interesting design, part of the Notch team there, and just, you know, kudos to y'all there. There is a little bit of plastic there. Yeah, that looks like a piece of plastic right behind the bollard, and that's just to keep this thing, this upper arm, from folding in all the way, to give it that, you know, just that classic rope runner look, you know what I mean? It keeps it upright there, and well, I guess you don't really need anything more than plastic there. If it was metal, I'm pretty sure it would be much heavier. Anyway, that sheath is off, and then you have another slick pin here. And if you guys aren't familiar with these type of slick pins, and you have one of the Singing Tree Quickie links, one of those nice shackles that are sold, like I normally use them for the canopy, for canopy anchors. If you have one of those, all three of these slick pins are the same exact ones. They are not very different, not very different at all. Anyway, this is a very cool design here. So just so that you could see, the reason why you twist it there is because the pin, or this attachment point here, has like a little bevel in it to allow one of these keys to hide behind it, and then it just like pushes through. So when you give it that twist, it'll pull through that bevel, and the pin will recess behind the plates there. Very cool. So I guess it does have a tendency to want to fall off. I don't know. So that's kind of interesting. So I've just been holding it here for a little while. I think for the purposes of climbing and just taking it apart real quick up in the tree, you'll be fine. But one thing you don't want to do is go up in the tree with it already open this way, because it might actually fall apart and you'll lose this piece. So just heads up on that. So yeah, be careful with those things. And carry it up already assembled with all the slick pins through, at least with one of the keys in, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's a beautiful design. It's kind of everything I wanted it to look like, everything I wanted it to be. It's just amazing. This thing is really nice here, and there it is, guys. It's beautiful. It really is. It's so nice. It's one of the first 100, I guess the first 100 rope runner pros that came out, and I'm just so excited about it. Wow, I really like it. The design here, all these, the way they were able to, like, I guess these are like rivets or something like that. I really don't know what they're called, but these are so cool, and this looks very sturdy. This looks massive. That I-beam design there, it looks amazing. The bird, it's got these nice round edges here, and I didn't have the previous rope runner, but the complaints with that one were sharp edges, and well, this one I don't see any sharp edges here, none at all. They're all you know, they're all rounded off, and it just looks so good. This is a truly amazing piece of gear here. Anyway, that's it right there, guys. That's the Rope Runner Pro right there. It's beautiful. And so one of the things that I was kind of questioning at first, since I never had a Rope Runner Pro before that, or really kind of looked into the Rope Runner, I should say not Rope Runner Pro, the Rope Runner, since I never really had one of those, I never knew like what Nick Bonner was talking about when he was promoting this and saying that there's 3 points of friction. I'm just like, well, I don't really see 3 points of friction because the rope is behind the pulley, right? All right, so normally in say a hitch climber pulley, there's no friction between the pulley and anything else. That the pulley's just there for, you know, just exclusively slack tending. And so then there's another friction point up here, right? So that's this point between this bollard and I guess this bottom assembly here. So that's number one to me at my first impression. And then up here, obviously, right, this is kind of like, it puts a turn in the rope, sort of how the same way the rope wrench does, and it works off the same principle there. So that was pretty obvious to me. This one was obvious to me, but the thing I did not know is that this lower attachment point here pulls your weight. You're gonna put your weight into it, and it'll pull the pulley down and into this lower assembly, creating the third attachment point. You see that? So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Right? So it'll pull. So your weight on this lower attachment point creates that third point of friction, and I was just blown away by that. That was the first thing I started looking for immediately when I opened. I was just like, okay, so now what? Where's that third point of friction? And so there it is, guys. It's this really nice gunmetal color, and it looks like a beast, you know. It really does. It's nice. It's like when you have for instance, like a stock car, and then you have the same car with a wide body kit on it and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles, right? This is what the Rope Runner Pro is compared to the Rope Runner Classic. The Rope Runner Classic did not interest me. It was when I saw how midline attachable it was out of the question. The one thing I did look at instead was the Akimbo. So the Akimbo, this guy is nice. This thing is really midline attachable, and you don't really have to play with too much. It's pretty much just you open it one time and then you close it and you're good to go. It's that quick. It just, you open it up real quick, put your rope in the upper and lower cams, close it, and you're ready to rip. With this one, that's not going to be the case, not at all. But that's okay. I accepted that, like when I ordered it. That's an okay thing. It's okay to have different tools, and Kevin Bingham says that it's the best multi-sender on the market. I don't know how true that is. I don't even know where the basis of that comes from. Does it come from the 3 points of attachment? The 3 points of friction? Maybe. Does it come from its profile? Probably not, because it's kind of long. It's actually very long. Here, I'll show you. So this thing had the Akimbo actually has a carabiner on it. So that's the Akimbo. There it is. Oh, hang on 1 second here. I'm gonna just show you guys. So that's the Akimbo with a short, one of the small DMM PerfectO Carabiners there, and then that's the DMM Rhino. Yeah, this Notch Rope Runner Pro it's kind of long, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's really long. It's got this long profile on it. It kind of reminds me of how it might be to climb with the Chicane and the Zigzag, because that thing is like really long. It's much longer than this actually, but that's okay. We're gonna see how this thing works. We're gonna see how it works out. We're gonna just adjust it real quick, and then maybe get like a quick descent on it before the sun goes down, because I got my shipment in a bit late. But nonetheless, I'm really happy to do this for you guys, to do this this review. I'm so excited about it. So let me get a rope up in the one of these trees up here, and then I'm gonna slap this on there real quick. We're gonna get that Allen key out and start adjusting. I'm gonna be using the Teufelberger Dragonfly, and I think that's gonna be like my preference. So anyways, stay tuned, guys. This is gonna be, you know, this is just an awesome piece of equipment, man. I want you guys to see it all, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so here's the rope runner real quick. And so, oh yeah, so whenever you're about to open up the bird to accept the rope, you want to take it back to the second key there, and just twist it and put in that little recess. It's kind of like the rope wrench, like I said before. So it has that little notch for you to pull the pin back that much more. It's not a lot more. It's not like the rope wrench, how they give you pretty generous movement, I would say. Anyway, have no gripes with them. So here's that. All right. So yeah, that right there, that's on it pretty good. If I were to climb on this setting right here alone, I already know it's not for me, because wow, it's really tough to just even pull up. And I am noticing that it's flattening the rope there. So maybe I might try a different rope, but for now, I'm just gonna stick to this rope, and I'm gonna play with this thing for a while. I'll probably go with a I'm not sure, but probably a little bit of a thinner line. I think this is 11.7. Try to find something that's more closer to the 11 range, something thinner. Anyway, let me grab my saddle. So here it is. Oof. All right, so here we go. Wow, that's pretty tough. So if you have the Dragonfly, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work for anybody to keep the friction setting that way. So I just want to talk about my bridge real quick. My bridge setup on my saddle, and I recently switched it specifically to accept my rope runner. I noticed that in the rope runners videos and some of the people that were just, you know, they were showing in their demonstration videos of the Rope Runner Pro, I noticed that the people were using a like a rook pulley, I think it's called. So it basically has these 3 paws up top, but then a pulley that goes around the bridge, and you know what I mean. So anyway, I don't like that. I don't like it because it's too heavy, and it just, I think it'll become very cumbersome in the tree, going up the tree. You know, you're gonna have something sagging down here, smacking you in the knees and the legs, whatever have you, right? I'd rather just not deal with that thing, and I went with a little rigging paw. So that was my reason for going with the rigging paw. Now, for the rope runner, just gonna we're gonna open it up some here. So you got to open up on both ends. Ouch. So that's pretty tight there. So we are gonna pull it down just a little bit more from where it was. So it's gonna, mine looks about like a 2.5. It looks like it could be around 2.5, somewhere in that range. We'll see if that's good enough. I really hope it is. And I'm just gonna put my Allen key there in the ground. Okay, so now that tends much better. Wow, that tends really good. That tends amazingly. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so that's what you want, right? So before it was like there was friction going up when there should be like friction coming down, you know what I mean? Anyway. Wow, I like that. I like how it goes down the rope. I like that. I like it a lot. It feels good. I never had a Rope Runner Pro or a rope runner ever. So I definitely like that a lot. Okay. So I'm just gonna go up a little bit and then see where I'm at. Okay, and well, all right, everyone. So I'm definitely able to, I was able to bring it down a little bit further. Well, not that I was able to, but I did, because where it was at around that 2.5 mark, it wasn't, it was still a little too tight to kind of get the bird loose. So I brought it down a little bit further, and it's about 3 right now. So I'm gonna see how it works. I just want to show you guys something really cool about this thing. It's pretty awesome, and it kind of just like falls apart. You see that? So that's a cool thing, but it can also be a dangerous thing. So just be careful with it, right? Anyway, it's awesome. It's so cool. It looks amazing here, and it tends slack really nice. Just it tends slack a lot nicer than the Akimbo. So if you have an Akimbo and you're thinking about like getting this thing, it tends slack way better than the Akimbo. The Akimbo has like some kind of a resistance when you pull up on it. But yeah, that's one of the ailments of the Akimbo. So anyway, take that for what it is. And I'm just gonna like foot lock up here real quick, and then do a quick descent, and then we'll see where we're at again. All right. So yeah, the bird, trying to get the bird to loosen up is the issue with it. I think that that's gonna be the issue with most people trying to dial this guy in here. So just gonna bring it down a little bit more, and I think I might be good. So this is gonna be closer to that 4 range. It's probably gonna be at the 4. I do weigh 200 pounds, so you know, I'm a little heavy. That's without equipment. So with all my gear on and a chainsaw, probably looking around closer to like 230 or so. All right. Whoa. Okay, so that was a much smoother descent because I was able to get the bird to release a little bit quicker. And I still would like it to release just a tad bit more. And you know what? I like this friction adjustment here because it gives you like a really fine, it gives you everything in between that 1 and 5, as opposed to a friction adjustment at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the case of the Akimbo. For I believe probably the upper cam, and that's what makes the Akimbo adjusting it a little bit more tedious, because you don't get the entire range of that adjustment of adjusting the bollard. So if Rock Exotica is listening to this video, make sure you figure out a way to get that whole range of the bollard, as opposed to just having it at those fixed positions, or just making the fixed positions even, you know, more of a narrow range. Not more so a narrow range, but where you can get even finer adjustment, finer tunes. This thing right here, tuning the singing, well, this isn't even a singing tree, this is a Notch Rope Runner Pro. This is hilarious, right? Anyway, tuning this thing is really easy, I think. You can feel exactly what you want. And so now I think I'll get it down to the exactly at 4. See what's up there. All right. So here it is. And we're gonna see how this works here. Oh yeah. It's got some creep in it though. I don't like that. It does have some creep. I'm gonna tighten it up a bit more because I think that adjustment will be a little too heavy. I gotta think about what I'm gonna be wearing when I am climbing, and I'm gonna be using this thing for work, so it'll be much heavier then. So just gonna bring it up a tad bit more. So one thing that I gotta say about this key is that it absolutely stinks. I already stripped it. You see there, really stripped it, and you know I don't understand. Like you're selling us this really expensive tool, and you need a tool to adjust the thing. You know, send something better than this thing. Seriously, this thing's already already tore up. You could have charged us, what, $10 more and we got a better one. So now I got to go and look for one. So that's one of my gripes. Being totally honest here, huh? Or at least trying to be. But on top of that, I do accept that it could be, you know, operator error on my end. That I might have just not put the tool entirely inside the bolt. Whatever. Alright. So I think I pretty much got it locked in. I'm just gonna give it one more test try here. So there's a little bit of creep there. So one thing I will tell you guys, it's gonna flatten your ropes. You see that? It's gonna flatten your ropes. So, excuse me, it's gonna flatten your ropes, and I don't really like that. I don't like the fact that it's gonna flatten out my ropes and everything. So far, I like it. I don't like the fact that it's flattening my rope. However, you know, this is one of those ropes that got like this nice resilience about it. So it's still holding its shape. Once you unload it, of course, and it's all right. It's not all that bad on that front. But I will say that this thing tends beautifully. It tends so nice. I never tried anything that tended so smoothly. I must say, I like that a lot. I like that a lot about it. And well, I'm just gonna go up top real quick and get a little clip of me just letting it rip right on down to the ground. I'm put on some gloves for that though. One thing that you guys will notice when you're using it is that this slick pin, it does spin. So if you're like going down the rope, it's gonna spin backwards, and the slick pin, well, it might cut you. I don't know. If you have like really soft skin on your fingers and all that, it might cut your fingers, you know. It might tear you up a little bit. But you know what? That's why we wear gloves, and should be wearing gloves anyway, right? But it's up to you. It's all subjective, right? But that's definitely something you should know about it. What else? Look at that. Like, it just folds up so nicely. It looks beautiful. Wow, I like that. This is nice. I've never seen anything like this before. And also, going back to the chicane and zigzag thing, one thing that also reminds me of it is because of its like height and its sturdiness. It's like a rigid piece of equipment, right? And so this thing too, it's got this long profile and it's like rigid. So you have to be very careful about side loading it and all that. That wasn't so much a concern for me with the Akimbo. That thing is, all of it is beefy. The whole thing is just like this really thick cast material, and I like that a lot about the Akimbo. This one has smaller plates and all that stuff, so definitely want to be even more cautious about side loading it and all that. Although I didn't side load my Akimbo hardly ever, but it's just something to note. Just take that into consideration. So let me get a little chest harness on for the phone, and you know, for the camera, and I get up there real quick. All right, so here we go, guys. All right, so there's the Rope Burner Pro, and we're gonna go for a little descent here. See if this bird unlatches. Ooh. Oh yeah. So there it is, guys. Quick descent on the Rope Burner Pro. Let me know what you guys think. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button. Thanks a lot.